Tell me if this happens to you. You're exhausted, you're tired, and you go to sleep. And what happens? It's like it's noon, your eyes are wide open, you think about what's going to happen tomorrow, about what your boss told you, or about your studies tomorrow, or that you have to do your chores. You turn from one side to the other, you toss and turn, and you can't fall asleep, and you suffer, and you just can't fall asleep. What I'm going to give you today is an amazing exercise, and I believe that in 5 minutes, if you do it just as I tell you, it can give you an incredible benefit. And your sleep, instead of being a real struggle that you try to turn off your body's switch to go to sleep, you're going to turn it into a blessing, a source of energy and enjoyment. Like charging your phone and having it at 100% green, God willing. Spectacular. Easy exercise. You listen carefully. What I'm going to give you today is an exercise backed by science, neuroscience. It's spectacular, easy, and very simple. And also, God willing, I'm going to give you a gift. Ancient Jewish wisdom, which is what we Jews have been doing for thousands of years before going to sleep. Obviously, these are spiritual principles given to us by the Creator. So today I'm going to share with you different aspects of this great and wonderful discipline, which is how to sleep. Not just well, but in a super effective way and full of blessings, God willing. Let me explain something to you first. Why? Why? Surely when you go to sleep, even if you're exhausted, you're really as if it were midday. Internally there's ruminating. What did he say to me? And what will I say to him tomorrow? And the program I have to prepare tomorrow? And the menu? Or what they asked me yesterday and I didn't answer? Yeah, what about the message and social media? I mean, that mental and emotional noise you have, how do you turn it off? It's not just about turning it off, but how to turn it off and make it a blessing. I'm about to share something amazing with you. Listen carefully. What's going on? Why do you go to sleep and you're really wired in a bad way? I mean, like you're really stressed out. Is that it? Surely that stress you have makes your sympathetic system, which is your nervous system, in charge of fight or flight in a stressful situation, become activated. It's like a red light is activated in your body. It's as if you were a fire station where there's a fire, the alarm sounds, the red light flashes, and firefighters rush out to fight the fire. Surely, if you feel like I do, what I described earlier is as if you were that firefighter. You're on alert, but you have to know that this alert isn't real because there's actually no fire. It's your mind or your emotions that somehow activate that red button, that alarm situation. What I want to give you today is how to take that alarm situation to an amazing state of calm, which is basically to turn it on. Presentation, we call it AL, and AL is a key. It's the pathway, it's vague. We were and to those whom you're going to do the breathing exercise I'm going to give you today, basically what you do is activate this vagus nerve, activate your vagus nerve, and basically you tell your brain everything is fine, everything is calm, everything is okay, there's no problem. And your brain sends signals to your body, to the rest of your body, to your vital organs, and tells them to relax, not to be on alert, everything is fine. And you can activate that as if it were a switch, like a key, like an on with a little green light, you can turn it on. That means you can switch from the red light system, the red light, to the on system, green light, 100% energy. And it's very, very easy, listen carefully. We're going to do a kind of guided meditation, a guided breathing exercise. I'm going to teach you what to do. After the meditation, I'll explain everything to you, God willing. It's something spectacular, as I told you before, from the ancient Jewish teachings about how to go to sleep. I'm not going to explain everything since it covers a lot, but I will share some points that will give you great insight, an incredible blessing for your life. Not just for sleeping specifically, but also for the next day and the days that follow. Because this is a win all around. It's amazing. Very well. First, before you go to sleep, basically, we're going to say that now. Now you're in your bed. Now, this is the guided meditation. It doesn't have to be too cold or too hot. Also, in terms of the sheets or blankets you have on your bed, you have to make sure that you're basically covered, but that you don't get too hot or too cold at night. It has to be balanced. So a ventilated room, dark ventilated. If it's going to get cold outside soon, make sure it's not too ventilated so the cold doesn't get in. Pay attention to that. Maybe the blinds are closed, but air still comes in through window gaps. Air, do you adjust that according to the outside temperature? Obviously, I'll leave that up to you, but basically the idea is that it should be ventilated, fresh, not cold, but fresh, mild, pleasant. Very well, that's excellent. We also talked about the room in terms of lighting, climate, and the blankets and sheets. Perfect. Very well. Now, phone. Book. No, barely. Invested in what? What people? Cell phones and projection? Well, assuming no, not the trips to watch the video, not having access to that exposure. Nutrition is also very important. Try not to eat heavy meals before going to sleep. If you can, ideally eat something light, ideally fruits or raw vegetables. If you can, the farther from bedtime, the better. That way, your stomach is light and doesn't have to be digesting when you go to sleep. Obviously, try to keep heavy meals as far away from your bedtime as possible. Good, that's for the external aspect. Now, the exercise I want to give you is a very simple, guided meditation exercise. It's not something vague, it's something very simple. It's purely a breathing exercise backed by neuroscience. And what we're basically going to do is activate your calm. As I told you before, your vagus nerve is like massaging. You're massaging your vagus nerve with this breathing. You activate it with this breathing. As I said, you tell your body everything is calm and okay. Very good. I think that with 5 minutes, if you do it right, God willing, it can help you a lot. Obviously, it's like everything else. Maybe it's the first time and you need more time, but if you turn it into a daily routine, before going to sleep, you do this exercise. God willing, there will come a time when you'll master this breathing, and maybe even in less than 5 minutes, you'll be able to do it. And God willing, when you achieve the result, you'll be able to help other people do it too and bring blessing and success to others. So let's go. Let's get to the exercise after this introduction, which is very important. I usually try to give an introduction so that when you do the exercise I'm giving you, you do it fully aware of what you're doing. If I just told you to close your eyes and breathe from the start, it would have been like any other breathing exercise. You wouldn't understand why we're doing all of this. But what if now, when you're doing the breathing, you start to remember what I taught you? What we're basically doing is shutting down your sympathetic nervous system, which is the one that tells your body, your brain, that you're in fight or flight mode, get ready, maximum emergency, red alert. Do you shut that down? Which basically is also where the stress hormone is, which is cortisol, which obviously, when you're stressed, and you only breathe, especially at the level of the thorax, the chest, with rapid breaths. That basically tells your brain that you're in danger and basically activates the stress hormone, which, as I told you before, is cortisol. And the sympathetic nervous system is activated. Therefore, we override this sympathetic nervous system, which we don't need right now. Obviously, God gives it to you and to all of us. In moments of danger, obviously we hope we're not in danger, but in moments of danger, it activates and it's amazing. It's very necessary either to flee or to fight. It's perfect, obviously, but in general, in life, we have to try to keep the vagus nerve activated, the parasympathetic nervous system activated, which is calmness, it's tranquility, it's balance in its ideal form. But there are people you might know who really live stressed with chronic stress, and unfortunately, it's as if they were living The brain doesn't really understand, basically, on a deep level, if it's a tiger about to attack a predator, or if it's the boss who's about to call, or the bank that called 5 minutes ago. Basically, the person tells their body, their brain, that they're in danger, and the body reacts that way. Therefore, what we basically want now is to stop, pause, and activate our vagus nerve through a very simple breathing exercise. We try to do it ahead of time if possible. Go to sleep. You can lie down in your bed, close your eyes. And now we begin our guided meditation, our simple breathing, as I told you, backed by neuroscience, something very simple. We are going to do the famous breathing exercise of 4 seconds inhaling, 7 seconds holding your breath. If it's too hard, do less. That's ideal, but only if possible. And we exhale for 8 seconds. Very good. This is a breath, one breath that science has shown activates the vagus nerve, tells your brain that everything is okay, and your brain sends the signal to your vital organs to relax. Everything is fine, everything is under control. So we inhale, and when you inhale, try to inhale as if you were smelling a flower, a jasmine, a rose. Through your nose, not through your mouth, only through your nose. Very good, in 4 seconds. Try to do a preliminary test. If your body, your room is fine, like I told you before, dark, ventilated, you're covered, everything is fine, everything is in order, phone turned off, you're going to sleep calmly, calm, excellent, very good, very good. Now you're lying down, and basically let your back, your whole part, and all the part that touches the mattress, basically, really let it lean as if you had, think as if you were lying on a beach with soft sand, soft sand. And do you really know that after you get up from there, you're going to leave the marks of your body in that sand? So let yourself go, let yourself go. Really let yourself be, let your whole body rest on the mattress and relax, relax, relax. Very good. That's it physically, relax. Mentally, we're going to work on this too if you want. Very good. So while I'm telling you this, excellent. You can focus on your breathing, which basically means you inhale for 4 seconds, inhale, hold for 7. And when you exhale as if blowing out a candle or a match. All right, let's use it now, all together. Remember, body completely collapsed against the mattress. Surrender your whole body to the mattress and breathe, eyes closed. 4, 7, 8, inhale. Hold. Holding is very important too. At the level of vagus nerve activation, we hold and exhale for 8. We exhale. Great, let's go. 4, inhale again. Again. 4. We inhale. Excellent. Then you can obviously keep practicing. But now I want to give you a gift. The spectacular spiritual principles, which obviously when we talk about Judaism, Kabbalah is about how the Creator made us and how, of course, He knows us much better than we know ourselves. We know ourselves. And Judaism, thank God, we have the secrets by which we know how to live, because obviously our Torah teaches us how to live, because it is the voice of God in this world. And about sleeping, we have clear laws. How to sleep, what to say. Obviously, it's a whole big chapter, but now I want to tell you some very, very specific points that can give you incredible strength and blessing. The first thing we do before going to sleep is to say forgiveness. Basically, there are several phrases, but basically the central concept is to forgive. To forgive anyone who has done something negative to you. And you should know that by forgiving, you're not just giving forgiveness. You're not just doing a favor to the person you're forgiving. The biggest favor is to yourself. You have to know that a person who holds a grudge, and science knows this too, it's well known, a person who holds a grudge or anger, it's like a poison that stays with them. It's a poison. Think about it. The person is poisoned, going about their life, poisoned. The grudge they hold, what someone did to them a long time ago, what they said, why they did it, why they took something, and why, or they stole from you, or whatever it was. They said something negative to you, whatever it may be. That thing that stays with you, that grudge, that anger you have. If you truly forgive, the favor is mostly for you. For you, 99.9%. Also for that person, if you forgive them, that's great. It's very important for them too, very important. But for you, it's the greatest gift you can give yourself. To feel light, to be free of grudges, imagine being without grudges, without anger. You're above it all, it's like you're walking above the ground. Grudges and anger drag you down, they pull you down, as you know, with thoughts and brooding. Why did they say that to me? Why did they do that to me? Why didn't they call me? Why this? Why did they invite her? Why not me? Why didn't they invite me? In other words, whatever comes to your mind brings you down. Try, like I told you with the mattress, to surrender yourself to the mattress. Also, basically forgive and let yourself be forgiven. Go ahead, I'll give you a gift. Now let's do another breathing cycle and let's try to visualize. When the air comes in, it's not neutral air, it's air from the Creator. God sends it to you with an indescribable love. A bright golden light or a white light, whichever you prefer, that enters through your nostrils and fills your body from the inside and embraces you from the outside. And when you hold it in, try to enjoy that love from the Creator. And when you let go, try to release. All that resentment you have, all that brooding you have, all the negativity you have. So this is one, obviously. If you've listened to guided meditation, it usually stops at the physiological part. Excellent. It's very important. As I explained to you at the beginning, now we are going to a much deeper level, which is basically the connection with the Creator. To experience your breath more deeply, so it truly touches and moves you. A simple diaphragmatic breath won't help you. It will help you in a certain way. Very important, but only if it's that diaphragmatic breath. Which in fact, let me tell you, when you inhale, try to put your hand, if it helps, on your belly and try to see how your belly rises. What we're doing now is what we did before. It's diaphragmatic breathing. It's very important to emphasize that, and not thoracic. You should know, as I said, it was at the start, if you breathe through your chest, your thorax, that basically activates the sympathetic nervous system. The alert, no. You have to try to bring the air to your abdomen, to your diaphragm, and when you inhale, the diaphragm rises, and when you exhale, it goes down. That's very, very important to emphasize. Very good. So now we're going to do this breathing cycle. Inhale, golden light, full of love, and exhale. Basically, you can imagine something dark, basically, that you take out of your body, take out of your mind, take out of your soul, take out from the deepest part of your being. Negativity out, only love in. Let's do it. Try to visualize beautiful, warm, golden light coming in during these 4 seconds. Let's begin. Excellent. Obviously, this can continue. You can keep doing it calmly. Very well. Now, I really told you an impressive secret, which is to forgive before you go to sleep. Forgive. Forgive everyone. Very well. Second thing, which is spectacular that we do, is basically to give our soul to God, to the Creator. When we go to sleep, we say in Hebrew, Ve'yadecha afkid ruhi. Basically, I put it in simple words. In your hands I give my soul, basically to know. This is a statement that God is in control. The Creator is in control of everything, and one is not the owner of the world. Hopefully God will allow us to do so. And that means that when you somehow give your soul to the Creator, you say, I'm here for you and I want to sleep well for tomorrow, to have the strength to serve you, to fulfill my mission, to do good with others at work, school, with family, or wherever I am or you are. Basically, it's about surrendering yourself to the Creator, and also when you hand over the keys of your life to the Creator. Basically, you say you're not in control of everything, but you have to do your best. That, of course, doesn't take away your responsibility at all. But what it does take away is what I think leads many people to chronic stress. They somehow took all the responsibility themselves. They lack a connection with the Creator. There is no Creator who controls the world, watches over you, loves you, leads you to the best place, or takes care of everything for you. Obviously, and if someone makes a mistake, it has to be corrected, of course. This is a spectacular combination, which is to do the best one can, and at the same time, to know that the Creator controls everything. Obviously, God, in His infinite wisdom and infinite kindness, gives us the gift that the angels do not have, which is free will, which is basically doing what we want to do. God, in a way, on a metaphorical level, it's like taking a step back. On a metaphorical level, He says, well, this land is yours. I give you the key to your life. Choose. In fact, there is a verse in the Bible, in the Torah, that says in Hebrew, I'm going to translate it, and you will choose life. Clearly, the one who chooses life is the one who acts. What does it mean to choose life? To do good, to do the will of the Creator. Obviously, that means living a blessed life. But why does God let us do that? Those who choose evil hold the key. It is in their hands, and they can choose evil. But obviously, God controls everything. It's a combination. It's a very, very deep spiritual principle that God controls everything and decides to give us the freedom to choose. It's impressive. It's something very, very deep. Obviously, our sages talk a lot about this topic, and these are very deep subjects. But basically, in summary, we need to know that on one hand, we really do have the possibility to choose. God decides to give us that ability to choose, and God decides to need us to correct His world. That is also very important. God needs you. God decides to need you. Obviously, He gives us free will. In fact, there's a well-known Hebrew term called tikkun olam. The world's correction is in our hands, humanity's hands. God gives us that spectacular gift. It's a gift for us. And obviously, in turn, God, the Creator, is the source of everything. The origin controls everything, is above everything. Obviously, the Creator, of course. But the most important thing for your life, specifically, is that you can really choose. You can forgive. As I told you before, you can forgive. And when you somehow declare that you surrender your soul to the Creator, basically, as I understand it, it's basically, I am here for you and I give you my soul to sleep with full confidence that this sleep will be a restorative sleep. And on a spiritual level, you also have to know that on a metaphysical, metaphorical level, it is also a spiritual principle. That basically our soul, obviously there is a connection with the body, that the body sleeps, of course, but on a spiritual level, our soul basically travels. the higher worlds when we sleep. Therefore, when we sleep, it's not just turning off, flipping the switch, like turning off the light and going to sleep. It's something much, much higher and much more spectacular, spiritual, emotional, even physical richness. On a physical level, it's known. Science already knows about the regeneration that happens when you go to sleep. You hear about the physical benefits in various places. Science is aware of it. That sleep is not a waste of time, nor just about feeling a little better the next day. It has spectacular physical benefits, impressive ones. That's something well known. But it's also important to know that on a spiritual level, it's as if our soul somehow goes to higher worlds and comes back renewed. In fact, when we wake up the next day, by God's grace, we thank God for giving us a renewed soul. And we say the first phrase that Jews say when we wake up. That is to say, there are spectacular, impressive secrets here. God loves and trusts you, leading you to the best place. So surrender and give your soul to God in some way to tell Him, I'm here for you, thank you. When I'm awake, I can choose, and even when I sleep, I can choose how I fall asleep. Thank you, and do your best to go to sleep in good shape. Forgive, as I told you, give your soul to God, go to sleep in peace, having forgiven everyone. Spectacular. And also something impressive that has spectacular strength. Science keeps uncovering secrets that Judaism already knew. Thank you. We've thanked God for thousands of years, clearly seeing it as God's voice in our world. It's interesting how science is discovering new things about topics like sleep and mindfulness. Full awareness. Different areas of science, or areas close to science, are realizing the benefits of meditating and praying. Judaism has recognized this for thousands of years. It's remarkable. So the word thank you, that's the finishing touch. Before you go to sleep, thank the Creator for the life He has given you up to this moment. And if God wills, for many years, fulfill your purpose, mission, and the Creator's will. With joy and gratitude, thank yourself for doing your best today. If you realize something needs correcting, plan to fix it tomorrow, God willing. But not with stress, with joy. If you return stress to thinking you have to fix things, it won't help. Do everything joyfully, aiming to improve what needs improvement. Spectacular. You can say, well, tomorrow, God willing, I'll take care of it, but don't just postpone it indefinitely. Even a few hours before going to sleep. Make yourself a list for tomorrow before you go to bed. A few hours before sleeping, so you're not too stressed before going to sleep. Basically, anything stressful like social media or the internet, as I said before, do it well before bed and set it aside. If possible, avoid doing tasks right before bed if you still have things left to do. Now, a few hours before, you write down your pending tasks, but do it calmly and with joy. Things to correct too, God willing. I want to correct this, this, and this, but with joy, with calmness, with peace, with joy. Obviously with seriousness, but with joy. Very good. And the word thank you, for the Creator, and for yourself for everything you've done. Thanks to your family, to your friends, at your workplace, the people who helped you, the anonymous driver who picked you up. Whatever you recall during the day, thank you. Leave with gratitude, it's important. Be thankful. And then, if you still haven't fallen asleep after everything we've said, you repeat this cycle that we're going to do now. Previously, before closing the class, it's once again, inhale for 4. Remember this light, and also remember diaphragmatic breathing. Your belly should rise, ascend when you inhale. We inhale for 4. We exhale for 8. Spectacular. Let me know in the comments how it went for you. Also, let me know in the channel comments how things are going for you. Can you watch the video daily, repeat the breathing cycle, and share your experience? It's dynamic, thank God. So, well, God willing, I hope everything goes great for you, that it does you a lot of good, and that you have an amazing, refreshing sleep. If you haven't joined my beloved SCLHAI community yet and want a connection with me and the land of Israel, now is the time. Here in the description, there's a link to request information. You also have my community WhatsApp number. You can write there and ask for information as well. And I'm telling you, the people who have access to the membership in my community, there are different courses, references. It's spectacular. Someone who comes from outside and doesn't have the membership obviously has to pay. Whoever gets the membership, whoever acquires the membership, obviously has the courses included. And well, you can contact me through WhatsApp and really be connected with the land of Israel. That's all. Kisses, success, and blessings.